Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Nova 2001. This was created by UPL, which stands for Universal Playland, and Universal in 1983. Now UPL was a subsidiary of Universal, and Universal was more famous for the Mr. Do games, and Ladybug, and Space Panic, and some other games. But UPL made games for Universal. This was created in 1983. And it's not a bad game at all. I kind of like it. The control panel is interesting. You have a joystick with a little almost trigger button on top. And I think that trigger button holds your ship in place while you move around. It faces one direction while you move around with the joystick. And then the other fire button allows you to shoot while you're locked in that position. Very useful, cool feature, because you can get surrounded easily by enemies, and you'll want to make your ship face a different way while you're shooting at them. Note that the screen scrolls around as you move about. And if you collide with an enemy or touch their projectiles, you will lose a life. You can shoot the enemy's shots in midair. Very helpful. And this game generally is quite easy. Very easy to get a good score in this game. The best way to collect points is when you destroy an enemy, it will leave this little point icon. See, they're leaving them when I kill them. You collect those, and that's the best way to score in this game. The enemies themselves are not much points. But it's good to take out a group of enemies and then go collect their icons. Because when you kill the last enemy, the stage will end, and you won't be able to collect all those little icon things. Some enemies will leave larger valued icons than others. But it's good to collect them, collect as many as you can before the round ends, after you shoot the last enemy. And there will be a timer at the bottom of the screen. And if you can kill all the enemies before that timer expires, you will get bonus points from that too, but that isn't going to be much. There will be a boss that can appear sometimes in this game. And here he is. Takes a lot of shots to bring down, and he is not worth many points. Note that the shots from the enemies are not very fast at all, and you can easily evade them. This game is very easy. It gets harder later on when the enemies shoot faster and they shoot more often, and they're harder to avoid. There will be little satellite enemies that appear, but those satellites do not count in the enemy total. You don't have to kill the satellites too, just the main enemies. I like how the game tells you when your next extra life will be given, at what point total. Very useful. And I've got my extra life at, what was it, 20,000? But yeah, collect those point totals, those point tiles, I meant to say. Keep collecting them. The bonus you get from the remaining bonus time is really small, until the later levels when it ends up doubling your bonus time score. But yeah, you do not have to kill all those satellites. Those don't leave tiles either. Just kill the main enemies and collect their tiles. Because once the round is ended, after you killed the last enemy, you can't collect their tiles. So kill off a big group and then collect tiles, and then kill off the next group, and then collect tiles like that. Because the tiles is the best way to score in this game. You will hear a sound indicating the boss is on its way, and there's that sound. Yeah, that boss takes a lot of shots. Don't get cornered by him, he doesn't move super fast, so use the whole screen to your advantage. Move all the way around the screen, turning your direction and firing at him. Yeah, it's stupid that sometimes the bonus timer is really big, and sometimes it's really small, and you have no chance at getting the bonus. Fortunately, the bonus isn't very big until later on in the game. So just kill off a group of enemies, and there's the boss again. The boss never gets harder, as far as I can tell. There is no end to this game. Once you pass level 99 or scene 99, then it goes to scene 0, and from that point on, it gives you a special message. But yeah, take out a group of enemies, collect the tiles, and then take out another group of enemies. Oops, I didn't mean to kill them off. You'll want to leave one last one so you can go and collect those tiles. I remember seeing this once at a bowling alley mini arcade. It was like in Seattle, Tacoma metropolitan area, somewhere around there. But it's a fun game. I like it. It's kind of dumb about the boss showing up as much as it does, and that you don't get much bonus time at times, and you do get a lot at other times. That's kind of stupid. But other than that, I kind of like this game. But again, this was created by UPL, which stands for Universal Playland, and it also got the Universal logo on the marquee and cabinet, because Universal Playland was a subsidiary of Universal. And there's the boss again. But the boss is pretty easy to kill, but you definitely have to use the whole screen to move around and lock your position and fire at him. Yeah, this game is really quite easy. The enemies are slow, their shots are slow. One thing I didn't mention thus far, but you definitely want to make a note of, you cannot shoot through the numbered tiles. So if you're shooting at it and you can't shoot through it, you might be going, what's going on? Why can't I shoot these guys? Well, you have to get around the numbered tiles to shoot. Yeah, you'll sometimes get surrounded right away, but the enemies are so slow, you can easily maneuver around them. But yeah, it's a good idea to keep moving in one direction while you're shooting, so that you can shoot around those tiles. But you can move in 8 different directions and lock yourself in one of those directions and then keep moving. I used crap, whoops, didn't give myself enough room there, ran into a bullet. But yeah, since I'd already destroyed all the other enemies, I don't have to face the boss again. Yeah, this is a good game. If there's like a UPL or Universal Greatest Hits collection, this should probably be on it, I would think. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't play this back in the day, but it is fun. I enjoy it. Very, very easy game. If you want an easy shooter, then this is probably your cup of tea. Some of the backgrounds are kind of interesting. Some of them are kind of dull. Interesting little outer space settings. But yeah, try not to finish them all off. Just, you know, work it down to one guy left so you can go and collect those point icons. Once in a while, I think there will be an icon that an enemy can leave behind that will be like a smart bomb for the point tiles. They'll all be destroyed, but you'll get the points for all of them. And yeah, a boss can appear twice in one level. Yeah, that bonus timer, it's lame how you sometimes get a lot of time and sometimes you get no time, hardly. Yeah, this particular formation of an enemy might kind of throw you off, because all the other enemies are really slow, and these guys are much faster. Whoops, I was clumsy there. I love how the game tells you when the next extra life is coming. You know, at what point value. Very useful, and you see that at the start of every stage. Yeah, you do not have to kill all those, you don't have to kill any of those satellites. They do not count towards the enemy total. You can just kill all the main enemies that you see at the start of the stage. And that's all you need to do. Just try to keep at least one of those enemies alive, the main enemies, before you collect the tiles. Oops. The game is really quite easy. I am still, and there's the boss. I am still doing a whole bunch of re-uploads, but I will eventually stop. It's probably going to be another month or so, month to a couple months before I stop, and I'll take some requests again. But I will get to them one of these days. So if you have a game you'd like me to review, let me know what it is, and I'll get to it. I hope you enjoyed college football if you're watching that today, and that you enjoy the NFL action tomorrow, if that's your thing. My team has a bye week. But yeah, probably my biggest complaint about this game is that you have, or the way that the bonus meter is, it only gives you a little time at the start of some levels, and it gives you a lot of time at the start of other levels. That's kind of stupid. There is the smart bomb icon. I just picked it up. It doesn't look like a point tile. It looks a little different. But when you collect it, all the point tiles are destroyed, and you collect all the points for all of them, which is kind of nice. So keep an eye out for that one. Oops. Have to get 260,000 for my next extra life. Don't know that I'm gonna get there. But yeah, this game's fun. I like this. Yeah, if you're looking for an easy shooter, if you're kind of disenfranchised with all the difficult shooters out there, then this is one you'll probably want to check up on. I didn't really see a whole lot of UPL Universal Playland games in the arcades. But I do remember seeing this one. There's the boss again. Yeah, he makes a very distinct sound when he appears. Ah, crap. Let myself run out of room. Yeah, this game goes up to 99 stages, and then it wraps over to 0. And then you get a special message after that one at the beginning of each stage, and we'll look at that in a little bit. But yeah, remember that you don't have to kill those satellites, and they won't leave point tiles for you. But yeah, take full use of that position lock button. Move all the way around the screen. Now, you can scroll downwards or upwards on the screen, and that's my game. And you can bring the tiles, the point tiles, that back through the screen. You know, the screen will cycle through those tiles that you missed if you keep moving upwards or downwards. They note that they don't last forever. You got to put in a lot of initials. You got to put in, I think, 8 initials for your name. And that robot thing moving all the way to the left there, if it gets all the way to left, your time will run out for putting in your initials. That was Nova 2001. Now we'll look at the levels turning over. I put on a cheat here. See, it says Scene 0. I went through all the levels. I just wanted to speed it up and go to the next level. See, now you get your... Later on in the game, you get a big bonus multiplier. Times 30. And now it says Scene 1 over again. Then now it says Super Player from that point on. Well, that was Nova 2001 by UPL and Universal in 1983. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Nova 2001 by UPL and Universal in 1983. Hope you have a good one, folks, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.